this evening. Government cancels Troy Resources Mineral Agreement mining license, takes swift action to secure Kairuni mining site. Illegal electrical connection ignites fire in Georgetown, causing damage to multiple stalls. 19-year prison sentence for man who sets common law wife on fire. In the region, Venezuela crisis, government and opposition to resume talks. And internationally, Israeli troops and tanks continue to mass near border with Gaza. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for October 17, 2023. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, a fire broke out at Border and Charlotte Streets in Georgetown, triggered by illegal electrical connections using faulty wires to power multiple stalls on Monday, October 16th. Firefighters from 3 stations quickly responded, but one wooden stall owned by Norlan Brown was destroyed along with its content. The radiated heat also damaged 2 neighboring stalls, one owned by Vanessa Peters and another by Samantha Glasgow. The fire was extinguished using a water relay system from a water carrier. The Guyana Fire Service continues to warn against illegal electrical connections, emphasizing the dangers they pose, including the risk of fire and electrical overloads. The fire was caused by illegal connections using faulty electrical wires to power several stalls, overloaded and overheated, resulting in arcing and sparking, which consequently ignited and spread to the building. Citizens are asked to desist from using illegal electrical connections and are reminded to remain vigilant and to equip their homes and businesses with fire alarms, fire extinguishers, and smoke detectors. Wazim Pereira, formerly of North Sophia, Greater Georgetown, has been sentenced to 19 years in prison for the murder of his common-law wife, Olivia De Freitas, whom he set on fire. Pereira visited De Freitas in 2019, threw gasoline on her and set her on fire after she refused to speak with him. Her screams caught their neighbors' attention. Despite rushing to her rescue, she received second-degree burns to her face, chest, abdomen, and back. She was rushed to the hospital but succumbed to her injuries just over a week later. High Court Judge Simone Morris Ramlal handed down the sentence on Monday, October 16, 2023, considering the severity of the Freitas' injury and the premeditated nature of the crime, which occurred before her then underage brother. The judge emphasized the impact on the victim's family, particularly her minor children, who have permanently lost both parents' care. Pereira, who initially faced a charge of attempted murder, was later upgraded to murder after De Freitas' death. The prosecution argued that Pereira's actions constituted cold-blooded murder and highlighted the case's relevance to domestic violence, advocating for a sentence that serves as a deterrent to potential offenders. Persons experiencing any form of abuse are encouraged to call the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security 914 hotline number now. The Minister of Public Works, Bishop One Edgehill, is issuing a plea to all drivers, especially those operating trucks, to exercise caution when using the East Bank Public Road, particularly in and around the Grove Diamond area, where certain sections of the roadway have recently started to protrude. Minister Edgehill attributed the bulging on the western side of the corridor of the road's original design, which did not account for the significant weight regularly carried by trucks. He emphasizes that ongoing rehabilitation efforts are in progress and reiterates his call for drivers to exercise vigilance and adhere to the weight limits for trucks. Stick around when we return. Government plans to finalize 30,000 barrel per day oil refinery in Region 6 by year end, and government cancels Troy Resources Mineral Agreement mining license.
Kissoon's Furniture Mega Sale, 10 days of savings, and I'm talking mega savings on office furniture, outdoor furniture, bedrooms, dining rooms, living rooms, carpets and mattresses. Sale starts October 20th through the 29th at all branches. Kissoon's Furniture Mega Sale, a Guyanese business for Guyanese people.
Oh gosh, what's this? Me son can't read or spell. Stop! 0 out of 20. Is what I gonna do here?
Let's start improving your child grades today. Register for our primary or nursery department. Hidden Treasures, we're located at 204 East Half Charlotte Street between Camp and Alexander. Or contact us at 6490373.
I can call them now.
Hidden Treasures, discovering gems in young minds.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
All we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, white spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you don't know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, jerk seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radhika went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome back. President Dr. Mohamed Refinery has announced the government's plan to finalize the construction of a $30,000 barrel per day oil refinery in Region 6, East Berbice Quarantine, by the end of this year. The government has received several bids for the design, financing, and construction of the refinery at the mouth of the Berbice River. President Ali revealed his intention at the commissioning of the $125 million Corriverton Entertainment Park. He emphasized that the proposed refinery would significantly impact the region's economic landscape, providing ample opportunities for residents. The refinery aims to convert crude oil into products such as diesel, gasoline, lubricants, and heating oil, contributing to Guyana's global trade in petroleum products. Following extraction from the ground, processing at oil refineries is the second step in producing different petroleum products. Once the refinery in Berbice commences operation, Guyana can sell different parts of the crude oil to various industries. These industries will use the oil for transportation, road construction, producing electricity, and creating raw materials for chemicals. This will attract global investment, given the rise in fuel prices worldwide. The president also noted that also as time passes, heating costs are increasing, so more refineries are needed to turn crude oil into gasoline and diesel. In other news, the government of Guyana has cancelled the Kairuni Mineral Agreement and mining license issued to Troy Resources Ghana Incorporated, Troy Resources Limited, and Farcelus Gold Incorporated due to various defaults, including unpaid royalties and non-compliance with the work program and environmental management. Troy Resources Ghana Limited encountered operational issues and went into care and maintenance in early 2021. Despite proposals to liquidate its assets, the government rejected them, citing the lack of prompt payment of outstanding sums. The company owed over $2.6 billion in unpaid royalties, leading to the cancellation of its license. Additionally, the former administration had overridden export restrictions, allowing Troy Resources Ghana Incorporated to resume export. The government also learned of Troy Resources Incorporated receivership and asset liquidation. The site's mismanagement resulted in theft, destruction of assets, and unpaid debts to companies and subcontractors. The government has taken possession of the site, implemented monitoring and enforcement measures, and remain committed to its viability and security. Don't go away after the break. SBG PM warns of implications for regions from Israel-Hamas conflicts, and funeral in U.S. for Palestinian-American boy killed in suspected hate crime.
Problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. It's Credit, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and poise cake. For the noodles, all we will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, white spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you who don't know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, Georgetown seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radhika went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Becca Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 4-6 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Kissoon's Furniture Mega Sale, 10 days of savings, and I'm talking mega savings on office furniture, outdoor furniture, bedrooms, dining rooms, living rooms, carpets and mattresses, Sale starts October 20th through the 29th at all branches. Kissoon's Furniture. Mega Sale. A Guyanese business for Guyanese people.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. Venezuela's government and opposition are set to restart talks in Barbados, aiming to resolve their long-standing political crisis. The negotiations, facilitated by Norway, come after a nearly year-long suspension. President Nicolas Maduro, in power since 2013, hinted at a possible deal, though details remain scant. Maduro's tenure has seen increased control by his socialist PSUV party over major institutions. Notably, Juan Guaido's effort to establish a rival government in 2019 fell flat, leading to the opposition's dissolution of the shadow government last year. Guaido, currently exiled in the US, faces arrest upon return. Amidst this backdrop, the opposition prepares for the 2024 elections, organizing a primary this Sunday to select a candidate to challenge Maduro, even though they say that the odds are stacked against them. Meanwhile, Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, warns the Caribbean of implications from the Israel-Hamas conflict, highlighting rising oil prices and potential escalation. Speaking on a television program, Gonsalves expressed concerns about the overshadowing of upcoming events like COP28 UAE due to the conflict. He emphasized the need for wise leadership and urged CARICOM leaders to advocate for peace and resolution. Mourners in the United States have gathered to honor Waida Al-Fayoum, a 60-year-old boy stabbed to death by a man police said targeted him and his mother because they were Muslim and Palestinian Americans. The funeral took place on Monday at the Mosque Foundation in Bridgeview, Illinois, a community southwest of Chicago with a large Palestinian population. The suspected attacker, 71-year-old Joseph Zuba, has been charged with murder and hate crimes. Al Jazeera's John Hendren reports.
A funeral for another child lost to violence, an echo of a conflict halfway around the world. Palestinian-American boy Wadia Al-Fayoum's mother answered the door to an angry landlord. Shouting against Muslims and the conflict in Gaza and Israel, police say the man stabbed her in the face with a military-style knife. When the mother fled, the attacker stabbed 6-year-old Wadia 26 times, killing him. 71-year-old Charles Chuba, who appeared in court on Monday, is now in custody facing murder, attempted murder, and hate crime charges. My son is a martyr, says Ode Al-Fayoum, Wadia's father, and I hope the people of Gaza would accept him as a martyr to them. The issue of Hamas and Gaza is an issue of the world, not countries. I'm too small to comment on it, and I hope my son becomes a bullet that solves this issue.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
The service drew thousands, including Chicago's mayor and the governor of Illinois. Dan Mohammed hopes the funeral of a young boy will transform the view of lawmakers across the U.S.
Hopefully with this kind of situation that maybe after these politicians who've been here and observed this service, maybe they'll take a different perspective on Muslims and understand that they're human and they have feelings too, and they need to be respected, and we need to look out for them as well as the other people.
The FBI and the U.S. Justice Department Civil Rights Division are also investigating the attack. In a statement, President Joe Biden said, "As Americans, we must come together and reject Islamophobia and all forms of bigotry and hatred. I have said repeatedly that I will not be silent in the face of hate. We must be unequivocal. There is no place in America for hate against anyone."
The killing has left many Muslim Americans shaken. Some, like the family that was targeted, left Palestine to avoid the violence, only to find it here.
Osama Abdullah, now a doctor, left the Palestinian territory as a teenager.
I have a son. He's 7 years old. I can't even fathom what this boy's parents are going through. We're not angry. We are frustrated. We are sad. We are hurt. But what people are doing is that they're becoming more spiritual, and they're coming together, and they're becoming united, right? And they're just asking for people to come and stick to the truth and put water on the fire.
As that fire rages in Gaza, Muslims here in the U.S. are facing the heat far from that conflict. John Hendren, Al Jazeera, Bridgeview, Illinois.
And finally, Israeli troops are massing near the border with Gaza ahead of a large-scale invasion. It is not clear when the offensive will take place. Al Jazeera's Charles Stratford reports.
Israel's military build-up near the Gaza border is vast. A land, air and sea operation that Israel says is aimed at crushing Hamas could start at any time. Hamas fighters crossed the border from Gaza and killed 1,400 people in Israel on October the 7th. The Israeli military says it's doing all it can to locate what it says is nearly 200 Israelis, including women, children and elderly, who Hamas fighters took captive back into Gaza.
So far, we've notified 291 families of soldiers killed. We embrace the bereaved families. Our hearts are with you. We also notified the families of the 199 hostages. There is an effort and top national priority on the issue of hostages, and we are focused on that effort as a top national priority.
Experts highlight the risks involved in an unlikely rescue before the announced Israeli invasion of Gaza begins.
The Israeli army has to go in to try to get them out. Hamas has an advantage point. Hamas know their territory far better than Israel.
The Israeli military denied rumours of a temporary ceasefire to allow goods and materials into the Gaza Strip.
Currently, there are no such ceasefire efforts. In case anything changes, we will update the public. We are carrying on with the war against Hamas, the murderous organisation. In case something changes in regard to the hostages and those missing, we will fully update the public on acts as such.
Israel's Prime Minister called for political unity in the wake of the worst attacks the country has suffered in decades.
The condition of our success is unity. We should remain united. We should remain united at the level of the national unity government and the people as well. And I'd like to extend all thanks to the members of the opposition who continue to make a maximum effort.
More rockets have been fired from Gaza into Israel. As usual, most were intercepted by the Iron Dome defense system. The Israeli military continues to pound the strip. What you're looking at there is the neighbourhood of Beit Hanun in the northeastern corner of the Gaza Strip. Now, according to our teams inside the Palestinian territory, they're saying that there's potentially thousands of civilians still living in that area, despite repeated warnings by the Israeli military that they should move south in order to avoid potentially getting killed in the crossfire. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians are being forced to flee their homes. They have no choice but to find what little shelter they can, wait for the Israeli military advance. Charles Stratford, Al Jazeera, Sderot, southern Israel.
This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. That's Safety 2 headline news for this Tuesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. for a rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.